6 months. For 6 months, you guys have been bugging me to review these tiny little rings that are $10, and yeah, they're pretty good. Now, I would like to say before we get into this, KontrolFreek did send these to me, but that's not swaying my opinion. You guys know how this goes. Because while precision rings, in my opinion, are a great product, I have some notes. So today we'll be discussing these things. You guys know how this works. You guys have any notes? Anything you want to say? Leave it down in the comment section below. Also, sorry, need to engage in some scumbag activity. I do have a discount code for the KontrolFreek's website for 10% off at checkout. It's just vCuda. I'll leave it down in the description below, as well as a link for 10% off your order. Actually, the link doesn't do 10% off, but the code does. But I won't waste any more of you guys' time. Like the video, sub the thing, other things. Let's go. So the concept behind these colorful little rings is actually quite simple. Controllers are notoriously hard to aim with because of, well, most of the time, smaller adjustments and smaller movements. You can't just drag your little mouse on top of someone's head and click on the little mousey. No, it takes actual focus. And I'm gonna say this for the people in the back who haven't heard me. Yeah, talking to you guys, mouse and keyboard players who think this is easy. It takes a lot of focus. But the way precision rings work is they slip around your thumbstick and sit right underneath it, and they help limit your movement a bit so it can make you a lot more accurate. They even have 3 harnesses. They have your mediums, then they have something a bit tougher for, you people who are chads, and then they have something a bit, softer for beta cuck males and shit. They're color-coded to green, purple, and black for soft, medium, and hard. Did you guys learn colors in school? Are you still going to school? I don't know how the rest of the world works. I've just been sitting in this basement. There is one small problem with these green ones here, and it's that these are the most popular by far because medium and hard are way too hard for most people because you guys have no muscle mass anywhere near your bodies, like not even close. It's okay, I don't either, but I use the medium rings most of the time myself. Sometimes I'll use the soft ones, but those are too soft for a lot of situations. In fact, I actually had problems getting green ones because for 2 or 3 weeks, they were completely out of the mixed set, which has 2 green, 2 purple, 2 black. So I had to get one with just mediums because I didn't want to get a medium hard mixture pack because I knew the hard ones weren't going to be something I used. But yeah, these green ones are quite popular, and you can pick up a separate pack of just green ones if you wanted to, or just purple or black for the exact same price as a set of all of them. Bit strange. We need to move on to the next section of this video though, so let's go. So I guess the main question for precision rings would be, do they work for their intended purpose of increased accuracy? In my opinion, that answer would be yes. They do work, to a certain extent. As I've said, they help in many, many ways, mostly with smaller adjustments, which are kind of hard for us controller fuckers. It's a tough world, man. And when using these, my accuracy is more consistent than it ever has been, ever. In Black Ops 2, my shots never miss. In Fortnite, my edits always hit, and in my driving games, I no longer need to counter steer, which is amazing. That being said, do not put these on left stick. I've heard so many goddamn idiots in the comments of people's videos, in their own videos about precision rings, in Amazon reviews say, I can't run anymore with my controller. I can't run anymore. It just won't work. No fucking shit. These are not made for left stick. These are made specifically to go on the stick you aim with, just like KontrolFreeks. Why would KontrolFreeks make KontrolFreeks for left stick too? That's something I've been curious about. Who the fuck is putting something on their left stick that's gonna make it take longer for the left stick to work? Speaking of KontrolFreeks though, got some here. These are actually kind of interesting though, because precision rings actually, in my opinion, work best when they're paired with KontrolFreeks. I know, it's a fucking conspiracy theory, right? The extra height and width of the thumbstick combined with the movement limiter that is these precision rings makes for the most accurate experience on controller I've ever had personally. Precision ring love could not last forever because we have other portions of this video to get to. But before that, these things have a ton of issues, mainly with the process of taking them on and off because of how... Well, I'll just show you guys the proper way to take these things on and off so you don't end up like this. See that? That's a $10 little ring right there. Alright, so what you want to do is, I'm going to do it on left stick, even though you should never put these on left stick. Take it and start stretching it around, and then you want to slowly kind of roll it over the stick. Kind of just peel it over the stick, and it's gonna be on weird when you actually get it on, but you can fix that. Once you get it over the stick, you can grab it, and then you can start pulling it out. Basically, you have to fluff it back up so it actually stands like it's supposed to. And there you go. That's how you put on precision rings without ripping them. Taking them off is as easy as just pulling out a little bit, sticking it to the thumbstick, and then you want to slowly kind of just peel it back. And there you go. Wow. But now that you've had a tutorial, here's a word from our sponsors. People are gonna fucking hate me for doing that. Okay, so for those who have ad block off, congratulations, you've made it. As I said previously, these things are notorious for ripping when taking them on and off, and going a little bit more in depth with this, I've kind of noticed why with the amount of controllers that I have. I have 6 or 7 pro controllers that I use on the daily, so I'm constantly taking these things on and off, and what I've noticed is small cracks or rips start to form on the inner edges of the rings. And as you use them more and more, those cracks or those rips become bigger and bigger. This is one of the effects of trying to slip these rings over thumbsticks dozens of times over the course of a couple of weeks. This one went out in about 3 or 4 weeks, which is kind of good, I guess. Most people don't have this many controllers. Most people don't use these precision rings like this. Most people will be fine. I'm pretty sure this won't be an actual issue for most people if you put them on and take them off like I showed you in the tutorial, and you don't do it all that often. You should be okay. Or if you're a crackhead and have like an elite controller with like those magnetic sticks, then you should be perfectly fine. This is still severely disappointing for $10 little pieces of fabric. They cost $10 in literally every scenario you can buy them in. All the packs are $10. What the fuck is going on? So I forgot some information. I'd like to shout out Emmy real quick for reminding me to put this in the video. This was a note I had taken when I had first started using the KontrolFreeks, but I have since kind of forgotten about. On certain thumbsticks, they do kind of make their way up the thumbstick. It depends on how high your thumbstick tip is away from your shell, but it also kind of depends on how big the opening is for your analog sticks. So this is yet again another situation where from controller to controller, this will vary. Now, I use these things mainly for my shooters, but I do use them for my driving games too, because now I don't need to actually counter steer anything. I can steer like a normal fucking person in real life, which is pretty cool. It looks like I have aim assist in every game I play, but I don't. It's just, these things help a lot. If you're trying to experiment with your accuracy on controller, or if you feel like you're just, no matter what, you're just a little bit too quick, or you're a little bit too out of control, I could definitely recommend these, and I will leave them down in the description below. I don't really know of many other controller attachments that help out with aim like this, and these are very, very simple, so I can heavily appreciate them, not just from the standpoint of a reviewer, but the standpoint from a consumer. I want something that's very easy. I want something that's simple. I want something that I can just throw on and, you know, start to get used to right there and then, you know, Italiano. I've done that joke way too many fucking times, but you guys get the idea. Recommendable. I'll leave them down in the description. Be careful with them. They are not cheap, and they are not reliable. I suppose as a final wrap up to those who have questions, yes, these work on literally all controllers with thumbsticks, unless they're like huge, then they wouldn't work. On the Wolverine controllers especially, I know those are very popular on this channel, these controllers have really wide thumbstick shafts, so putting precision rings on these is not a great idea, as no matter what precision ring you put on, it kind of all feels the same. They work on the Fusion Pro, they work on the Elites, they work on custom controllers, kind of. They work on PS4 controllers too, but those are kind of hard to take on and off. Again, because of how wide the shaft of the thumbstick is, it doesn't really leave all that much room for the precision ring, so it's not that fun. And in my personal opinion, I am a very, very, very big advocate for these for Xbox controllers because they feel great. I'm pretty sure I haven't covered everything, and if you have any questions, comments, notes to leave them down in the area where you do that type of stuff. But I recently got an RTX 2060, and I am itching to go play some Fortnite and more so some Minecraft. Goddamn Minecraft, it looks so good now. But before that, member shoutouts. I'd love to give a huge, huge, huge shout out to our controller player members: JG, Waterless, God, Exo Casper, Noah Jacques, Ninzaki, Young, Billy Rob Organs, Lincoln Shepherd, Simi Otto, Jimmy All in Olive Oil, Mike Clark, Frosty APL, Pausist, Lash1X, Matt, Jorge Castillo, Lucas Justice Violino, Tetsuya Kaminari? I can't fucking do names anymore. I used to boast about how I could do names. I can't do them anymore. She is one of our newer members, and our newest member, Charles Marler. I'd like to thank you guys for coming out to today's video. I had a lot of fun, but I do plan on doing some KontrolFreek reviews. Like, I want to do Galaxies first, because these are a lot of fun. I've had the Infernos forever. We got Cold War, Vortex, Warzone, some other stuff. So yeah, I'll definitely continue to cover KontrolFreek products now, especially that we have an affiliate link and shit. Pretty dope. But I've been very interested in their products since I first covered KontrolFreeks months and months and months ago, and I'd like to give them a huge thank you for these boys. And I'd also like to thank you for coming out to enjoy this video. If you did, well, I don't know if you enjoyed this video. If you did, though, drop it one of those Facebook thumbs up buttons. But if you really enjoyed this video, there's a giant subscribe button down below. But I love you guys. I love you guys so fucking much. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.